How does it feel when people borrow, or what you said, what you would call it, borrow from you or steal from you? Because we just had this conversation with Billy, and he was saying that he would see certain things that was similar to things that he has done. Do you address those people or those things, or do you just let it go and it's just charge it to the game?
Well, when it initially happened to me, it crushed me just because the comedian was already bigger and more famous than me, and he took my closing joke and made it his closing joke on Kings of Comedy. The reason it hit so bad was that I was in the theater. I paid my money to go see Kings of Comedy, and to see my joke being there and not me was about as disrespectful as it gets in our craft. And I really took it really personally with Cedric, the entertainer, at that time. Now, since then, I've done enough work with 10 comedy specials. You either have to write your own jokes or you're telling a variation of my joke, whether you acknowledge it or not. And so I care less. I just, it's a little saddening. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you have artists that sing a cover song and don't acknowledge who. So Sinead O'Connor has this whole thing where she talks about the terrible experience she had with Prince. But
Right.
in honesty, what happened was he wrote her the song. And then when she goes to do interviews, she's talking in the interviews about what motivated the song and what was behind the song. You didn't write the song.
Right.
You didn't say what it meant or how it came about. And then he don't cuss, and she on the interviews cussing, and it was just weird. And then, but as artists, we have to understand that it either goes one or two ways. Either you are originally creating or you are borrowing bits and pieces. And the only problem is a lot of these comics, they only got famous in the pandemic. They just got hot. And a lot of them ain't gonna make it out the pandemic because there's no there. And part of legendary status is the amount of hurdles you make it over. You saying, "Oh, I didn't have to make no hurdles. I've been running track. I ain't hit a hurdle yet."
Nah, that ain't how that go at all, bro. And you know what's crazy, Katt? What you saying and about that about Cedric is like, did you ever get a chance to address him about that and him to clear it up with you and make that right?
I'm not that type of comedian. I'm going in your mouth where the joke is when you steal my jokes. And I have a reputation in this industry that if you steal my joke, you're going to be missing a tooth or two. I don't play that. But I do know that it does happen in our industry, and that in other industries there is recompense for if you steal a person's life work. And in ours, it's kind of the wild, wild west where people feel like they can do whatever they want to do. But, you know, you have to call it out when it happens and address it as it happens. But it's not a good thing for our business. But once we allowed people to not write their own stuff, and once we start acting like other people could write it for you, and once we start pretending that those things exist in comedy, they don't. It's a personal business. It's about you.